Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Player ratings times now after West Ham 1, Watford nil. I am joined all the way from the USA tonight. I've got two people on from the US of A. One's a regular, one's a newbie. You know the man is tomorrow, right? It's the main man, Lucas. All the way from where are you from, Lucas? Maryland, isn't it?
Maryland, but we can say DC to make it easier.
DC. You know me, he's from the old Washington DC area, and at the bottom is Chris from American Hammers. Where you from, Chris?
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Chris Ritzik, and I am from Ohio, so a little bit more.
Ohio.
O-H.
Right.
Ohio.
Let's get into it then. Right, let's start off with this man, Lucas Fabianski. Well, I'm going to say Lucas. I might as well let Lucas start. Lucas, take it away, mate.
Easy 8 for me. I thought he was really, really good tonight. Big save on Joshua King towards the end. Or not towards the end, but like 60th minute, I think. 55th, something like that. But to be fair, he didn't have a lot of work to do tonight, but he did everything well. He grabbed he was really good in the air tonight too. Good save on Josh King, very good on corners and in the air, and his distribution was a lot faster today, like a complete 180. That ball he rolled out to Coufal took maybe 3 seconds for him to be like, all right, I got the ball. I'm going to roll it out to him. And his kicking wasn't too bad tonight. I think for me, it's an easy 8.
Chris, what do you reckon, mate?
I got to go with 8 as well. I mean, first of all, clean sheet. You can't go wrong there. The Josh King save as well.
And the clean sheet.
Yeah. The incredible or the great save on the Cleverly shot towards the closer to the end of the match. And then for me, what it was as well is his awareness to get out and clear the ball after Cresswell. I believe it was Cresswell's poor back pass. It was nearly intercepted.
Oh, it was Soucek.
Yeah. Oh, it was Soucek. I thought it was Cresswell, just based on positioning. I didn't catch it. Half of the match I was still at work. So
yeah.
I think he had a very good game. I still like Areola, but I mean, if Fabianski keeps coming like that, I'll gladly take his performances.
What's your rating, Chris?
8, I said.
8 for you. Yeah, I agree. I agree with an 8. I think it's all 8s all round. Solid is the word I'm going to use for Fabianski. Just solid. Comes out, gathers balls. Used to be known as Flapianski at Arsenal, but he ain't no more. He come out today. He commanded his box. Done some good saves. Done a good save. I can't remember who he done a good save for. I think it was King or someone like that. And at 0-0. And yeah, he's solid, Fab. And he's been away with obviously with COVID. So yeah, it's a simple 8 for me.
And we all know Ariel is better, but I mean Fabianski just keeps proving time and time again he's undroppable.
Yeah, he's number one in here, let's be honest. Moving on to this man, Cresswell. Chris, I'll start off with you. What did you make of Cresswell tonight?
To be honest, I'm going to need a little bit more help with this one because, like I said, I didn't have the audio on for half of it. So the first half, I didn't get much in the ways of mentions of him. Second half, I didn't hear his name a whole lot, but at the same time, it didn't seem like he was too bad tonight. So I got to give him a 16.
I'm with you on that one. I'll see the game all the way through. Some of the passes he was doing, Lucas, like misplaced pass in the first half, like. One of the passes, I think, led into Dennis running through and nearly taking Fabianski out. I'll give him a 7 because he kept a clean sheet. It's pretty simple 7 for me. Nothing vintage from him, but his passing was all over the gap, especially when he was working with Benrahma. He was passing to Benrahma, he was stretching, he was all over the gap. Like he just wasn't. Yeah, I think a 7's about right. Where are you at, Lucas, with Cress?
I get we got a clean sheet, but we'll get into the reason why I think we had a clean sheet later in the reviews. But I have to give him a 5. I thought he was pretty bad today, to be honest with you. His crossing was diabolical, to be kind. He wasn't really an influence in the game. His passing in general was pretty shit.
Yeah.
He defended okay. I think 6 is the fair rating, but I'm going 5. I thought he was pretty bad.
God, dear Lucas, you are harsh, brother. You are harsh, but that's what we like on this channel. Harsh but true. I said 7. Chris said 6. Lucas said 5. We're all in between on that one. Moving on to this man who some people, when I've done my afterthought, Daya, Scott, a few others who are in the chat right now, said that he was man of the match. Do you agree, Lucas?
Absolutely not. I really thought I'm going to give him a 5 too. I thought him and Cresswell were both not very good today. Personally,
what? Nah, you can't give him a 5, Lucas, mate. You can't give him a 5. I thought he was alright today, Coufal. God,
you know, I'll give him a 6 because his crossing was a bit better, but I didn't think he was that great today. 6 for me.
6 out of 10.
I really thought our fullbacks were not good today, and almost one of the reasons we lost.
I don't even want to look at the chat because I think the chat will be blowing up at present.
6. Heart says 5. Brain says 6. We're gonna go with the brain today.
You know what I mean? But I don't know about that. Chris, what do you reckon, mate? Coufal?
I'd say 7. It was another situation for me where I didn't hear his whole name a whole lot. I don't think he put it. I didn't really see him put a foot in wrong defensively. I think the yellow card was harsh for screaming at the referee.
Actually, I should bump him up to 7 for that yellow card because the refs were having a mare.
Right.
That line judge deserved all that stick.
The side judge and both Antonio and Coufal just get absolutely battered and just nothing. So I liked Coufal actually getting in his face a little bit. I think the yellow card was harsh. But I don't think he really put a foot wrong defensively. I thought, he was okay going forward, so 7.
I just thought the passing from our fullbacks were so shit today.
I said a 9 earlier because I thought he played pretty decent, but I'm gonna drop it down to an 8 because I think someone else played a lot better than him, and I think he was good. I think he was good tonight. Like he had to deal with what's his name, Kamara, who was very good for them. I must admit, I thought Kamara was excellent for Watford, and Watford have signed a good player there. If Watford go down, I wouldn't mind West Ham going after him. I think it was absolutely excellent for Watford, and he had to deal with him quite a lot, really. So yeah, I'll say an 8, a solid 8, a good 8 for me. Moving on, I might as well get to him. Is this man, the cat basher?
Oh god.
First of all, quickly, are you surprised that he's in the starting lineup, Chris?
I was surprised solely just because all the reports were that he was already preemptively dropped. So that's the whole reason I was surprised. I'm not going to take a stand one way or the other if I think that he should have been playing or not. That's kind of beside the point because he ended up playing. But yeah, I was definitely surprised by that. I don't think he had a very bad performance today, though. I'd probably give him an 8.
What about you, Lucas?
I was in the same boat, basically. I saw the lineup come out. I said, oh. Wow.
Everyone was surprised by that just because of all of the previous reports that
I think the exact words that came out of my mouth, I said, oh boy. This isn't going to go over well. But I'm going to give Zuma a 7. I thought he was pretty good. He was a little shaky today for me, but we can maybe assume why he was a bit shaky, but he was not bad at all today. I give him a 7.
For me, I was outraged with West Ham and Moyes, if you want me to be honest. You've just set yourself up for a massive fall putting him in, and you're
there as well.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. Like I said, I'm kind of neutral on whether he should have been playing or
And what it is, for me, I thought he'd done well today under the circumstances, but he was getting a lot of stick, which was rightfully deserved. I'll give him a 7. I think an 8's too high. I think a 6 is too low. I think he kept a clean sheet. It was a good performance. The issue I have is why he was picked. And it proved it today for me that football matters over anything else in life. Now, I know it's an animal. If that would have been a kid or an adult and someone would have done that, would you expect him to play 18 hours after it come out? The answer for that is no. I don't think you would. And I was quite shocked to see him in the lineup. I wasn't expecting him to play today. But I've got to give him a 7. I think he was decent. Moving on to this man, which is Craig Dawson. And I'm going to start off with this one. I thought he was excellent from start to finish, and he gets a 9 for me. It's the best performance I've seen Dawson play for a while. I think there was a lot of pressure on him tonight. He knew Zuma was going to get a load of grief. He knew Zuma's head wasn't really on it to a point, and he had to step up tonight, and Craig did. And I'll be the first one to knock him over the last few months. But he was solid in all departments. Good in the air, good in the ground, got a kick in the face. Solid 9 for me.
And he was already playing with a black eye. Gotta love that bastard.
You have, mate. You have, Lucas. Chris, what do you make of Dawson tonight?
I thought he was excellent as well. Bar in mind, all the defenders, I'm giving a little bit of a boost to because of the clean sheet, just by the nature of it. Dawson, though, I think was excellent. I don't really see a fault in him. Or in this match, I'll probably give him an 8.
Lucas?
Easy 8, my man of the match.
Cool.
Just know. I mean, that was
Lucas, you're a changed man, bruv. What's going on? You used to be like.
No. I love Craig Dawson. I love Craig. I love Big Dawes. I love Big Craig.
Big Dawes.
He put in an absolute shift tonight. And like I said, playing with a black eye, and he's still throwing his head around the boots. You gotta love the man. And we gotta mention, because he gets shit on for his passing every single game. His passing, very good today. Very good.
I must admit, that's one thing I will say before we move on. He was passing forward today, not sideways and back. It was always going forward, which is excellent from him. I must admit, I was thoroughly impressed.
Easy 8, man of the match for me personally.
No worries, mate. Moving on to this man, Thomas Soucek. Interesting one. Hit and miss again. Like a couple of misplaced passes in the first half. We spoke about it off air. He allowed a pass to come in, and he allowed Dennis to run in, I think. And it was just inches away from him slipping past Fab. But Fab got there just in time. Could have scored if he gets his head up. Well, it's a tough chance. I don't think he deserves a 7. I don't think I'm not in the 7 part. I'll give him a 6. It's a high 6, just not a 7 for me. Lucas?
I'm in the same boat, because while we all know Soucek's passing has been, we all know he's not the best passer, but for over the past couple months, his passing's been way shit than it usually is. But I really thought his defending, I don't think he's had that good of a defensive performance in a while. He was getting interceptions. He had some good tackles. He was getting some sliding interceptions. I thought his defending was so good tonight. But I don't know. I don't know if that's good enough to push it to a 7 for me. I actually did come in mind I was going to give him a 7. But as a midfielder, you got to offer a little bit more. He carried the ball pretty well today too, I must admit. I don't care. I'm giving him a 7. I thought he was solid today.
Oh, it's because he's from the Czech Republic. I know the truth, Lucas. It's fine, mate. Chris,
drill.
I know the drill. I know you too well. Chris, what do you make of him, mate, today?
I mean, you guys are exactly bang on. I have to give him a 6 as well. But it's a high 6. He's had his issues recently. Defending was very good today. And this is going to be kind of a theme with me going forward with our midfield and attack. But I just in general think that this match, there was way too much. Even our announcers here in the States were talking about it, just so much back passing. very little actually going forward. So
I mean, let's be fair. I would say collectively we were quite shit, but like there were some good individual performances, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what it is with him. Before we move on, is that when he's on the ball, he's very sort of like, what's the word? He's like robotic. Mitchell sums it up brilliantly.
A mannequin.
Yeah, like Mitchell sums it up brilliantly when he comes on here. He says that he's like a robot, and he don't get the ball. I know it's a different type of player, but when Lanzini gets the ball, he sprays them passes out fast. And Soucek does a lot of covering and a lot of running.
Soucek had some pretty solid spray passes today. His intermediate and short passing was pretty shit again, but he sprayed the 2 or 3 times I saw him spray the ball out wide, he got it there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that totally. Let's get to the next man, which is the captain, and that is Declan Rice. Interesting one, this one for me. First half, he nearly gives away a goal. Passes the ball. Dennis runs. I think it was Dennis or someone runs onto it, and they're countering us. He's solid, Rice. Every time he plays, he never really puts a bad performance in. And let's be honest, he don't ever get any lower than a 7. Like every time he plays a West Ham shirt. Today I'll give him a 7. I think it's just not an 8 for me, or a 9 or anything like that. I think he was solid and decent, but it was just one of them games, especially in the first half. He was flat. We was lack of ideas. He was running with it. He was giving the ball away. And I know he's our captain. He's the best player at the club, and he's world class. But today, it took a lucky goal for us to get the win. So for me, I'll give him a high 7, just not an 8. Lucas, what do you make of it?
I'm gonna go a high 7. Again, I thought it was kind of in the same boat with Soucek for me. I thought Rice defensively was fantastic. Thought he was brilliant again, as always. He didn't have much influence in the game today, which we're clearly not used to. By now, we always expect Declan Rice to just take reins of the game and push us forward. But the match today was pretty shit. I do love that from what I've seen, he made 2 crucial mistakes. The back pass, or the pass that almost led to a goal, and then his defending on the one through ball in the first half to Josh King. He had a little mess up, but oh my gosh, that track back and the tackle he made was
it was a great recovery, wasn't it? Great recovery.
And then even he did it again offside, in the second half.
Yeah,
I mean,
he done brilliant. Yeah,
again, defending was amazing, but he just didn't. Just like Soucek, he just didn't do enough for me to give him. He didn't do enough for me to give him an 8. The same with Soucek. I think he just got over the line for me to be a 7.
Yeah.
And Rice didn't really carry the ball much tonight.
Not really, no. Like sometimes he did, but he kept losing the ball. But Chris, give me a rating and your thoughts on Rice.
I got to give him a high 7 as well. Defending was great. Going forward was average, I would say. I just want to put it out there, though, too, that we have such a player that even one of his quote-unquote worst games of the season, he's still getting a high 7. So
yeah,
just different.
World class, Chris. That's what.
Different.
And credit to Watford, they packed it in very well tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they did not look bad at all. I think we can all agree. It should have been a 0-0.
I was going to say that game probably deserved a 0-0. We lucky to get that one.
Very.
I agree with you there, Chris. I think he wasn't vintage going forward, but like you just said, he does everything right, and he's always getting a higher. He never gets anything below a 7. Every time I've done these player ratings with Lucas, Effers, Walsh, or Mitchell, when we're rating Rice, I don't think anyone's rated him any higher than a 7.
Hey, don't worry, people. He's human. He's human.
Yeah, and plus he did play the other day. He saved our skin. But we move on to this man, which is Pablo Fornals. I thought he was all right tonight. Some people said he was quiet. Some people said not a lot. I'm not his biggest fan, but I would say he was pretty decent. Worked hard, passed the ball decent. Nothing vintage, but nothing amazing. Lucas, what do you reckon?
I love me some Fornals. Again, when he's on the pitch, there's just certain things that are guaranteed. His work rate, defensively, he was pretty good. Quiet going forward. As an attacking midfielder, pretty much. For what his role is, I'm gonna give him a 6. I thought he was not bang average, but he just not enough for me to give him a 7 for what his role on the team is.
Interesting one, this one, because first half I thought that was all pony crap. Second half, he livened up a lot better. Can I give him a 6? I can't. I can't, mate. I got to give him a 7. It's just a 7, though. It's just over the dial of the 7. I think
7.0.
Yeah, 7.0, bang on the money, mate. I think he was decent.
I'll give him a
tonight.
6.9 because I love him that much.
Yeah, we all know that, Lucas. I knew he was going to come out with that one, but but no, I thought he was decent tonight. He done well. Him and Lanzini worked well together. There was something missing in the first half. Second half, when Lanzini did come on the pitch, we looked a bit better. But yeah, Chris, Fornals, what do you reckon?
I got to give him a 6 personally, but it's a high 6, and it's solely just because he was incredibly quiet. There was legitimately times in that match where I forgot he was playing. But when he did get on the ball, I thought he was great. He just was a little too quiet for me. So got to go 6.
He got stuck in though, and that's really all that matters in a game in a match like tonight.
Yeah.
That's what he does, though, doesn't he? Let's be honest. Moving on to this man, Benrahma got subbed on the 60th minute. Had a shot where I can't remember his name. The goalkeeper made a good save.
Foster.
Then he hit the post. Oh, Ben Foster. Thank you. Made a good save, and and then he gets subbed on the 60th minute. Was it the right decision? In hindsight, it was. I was quite surprised that he was coming off, but I'm going to start off with this one. I'll give Benny a 6. I don't think he was bad. Like people are going to sort of say he was awful or non-existent. I see that tonight, but no, not for me. I thought he was the only one who'd done anything in the first half. Second half, he was on for 15 minutes and he gets subbed. While Lucas is sorting himself out, Chris, what do you make of Benny?
I'm still here.
Yeah. It just seemed like he couldn't get into the match, really. He wasn't affecting a whole lot. When it was announced that Lanzini was coming on, or it was Lanzini was preparing to come on, I was wondering who was going to be for, because I had no idea, just because we were so pretty poor going forward. But I think the correct decision was to take off Benrahma. It just didn't seem like he could get started. I mean, he hasn't played. Did he play in the FA Cup? I wasn't able to watch that.
Yeah, he played in the FA Cup, but he's just come back from Algeria. He's played in that game. He's a couple of days later.
He didn't play in the FA Cup. He hasn't played for 2 weeks or something like that. So I could have understood that, but yeah, I got to go 6 for Benrahma.
Lucas, if you're still there, son.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We just can't see you.
While I'm sorting this out, I'm gonna give. I think if Benrahma didn't have a shot on goal, I'm gonna give him a 6.
Yeah, I think it's an easy 6, really. I think he done a first half. He was the only one who done anything in the first half.
If I gave him a 5, me off.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to this man, Jared Bowen, the winner, the man who's fired us to 4th in the league tonight. This kid is top class. I said it a few months ago. I said if he starts putting these chances away, he doesn't become just a good player. He becomes a top class player. Don't get me wrong. The goal tonight's very lucky. I think if we all admit that it's a lucky goal, but we'll take it. but he was top drawer. He scored a goal. He hit the post. He done everything right. Chris, give me your assessment of Bowen, mate.
I have to give him. I'm struggling here. I think I have to go 8 with the goal. I mean, I know it was a little bit of luck, but he was really our best player going forward, I think. So
yeah,
I think not the greatest of performances, but at times, I mean, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So, and he was quite unlucky a couple times. Should have had a second later on as well. So I have to give him. I have to give him 8.
I'm going to give him a very, very, very high 8. But it's just not a 9.
In the comments are giving Bowen a 3.
No, words on a wind up. Got to be. No, I've got to give him a very, very high 8, but just not a 9. I thought he worked hard. I thought he tried in the first half, but we was just the whole of the front line was crap. If I'm honest. Second half, he's trying to win the ball back. I did like what Moyes done though. One thing I will say, got to give Moyes a little bit of credit tonight. When he pushed Bowen into like that centre role, like, and he gets the ball and turns and runs, that's when he's deadly. He reminded me of him at Hull in that position where he drops his shoulder and he has shots from outside the box. So for me, it's a very, very high 8, but just not a 9. Lucas, you are back with us, son. Bowen.
Yeah, I should have kept my camera off because I can't really hide my disgust for some of these comments.
No worries, mate.
3. I'm just trying.
I don't agree with that at all.
Talk to me, not the comments, bruv. Come on.
Sorry. I think 8 is high. If it was a better, I don't want to say a better goal, but I mean, like it did take a deflection. It was a shithouse type of goal. If it was a normal Bowen goal, I'd probably give him an 8. But I'm gonna go with a 7. This guy, I've never seen a guy possess his skill set and get so stuck in and track back like he's a fullback. Like he's so good. And like I said, if he scored like a normal vintage Jared Bowen goal, easy 8, maybe a 9, but a 7 because the front four were not too great today. But I thought he was the shining light.
Really quickly too. If Bowen isn't in the next England squad, I don't know what Southgate's doing.
Listen, I don't want him anywhere near the England squad this year. I want him to stay at West Ham until the summer. That's it. Yeah, I mean. Anyway.
I'm saying he deserves it.
Yeah, he does deserve it, mate. He's done very well. Moving on to this man, Mikel Antonio. This is going to be an interesting one because I thought he was very poor. Very poor. He works hard. He holds the ball up. He falls over. Sometimes he deserves a foul, which I will back him up on that. And sometimes he's just very clumsy. It's very, very clumsy. I don't want to give it a harsh rating, but I'm going to give him a 5. I really am. I just don't think. All right. Yeah, again, it's Bowen again, who's the man who saves the day when it should be Mikel Antonio as centre forward. But Bowen has to come inside and be a striker and do the job. So I'm going to give a 5 for me. Lucas, take it away.
I'm in the same boat as you. I want to go. I might go 6 because I thought his positioning today was pretty good. That one Benrahma had 2 shots on goal because I just remembered he hit the post and he could have dropped it to Antonio, who was in good position. And this man was getting mauled all afternoon. Didn't get one call. He did work hard. He held the ball up all right. But again, I'm tired of seeing him on the wing. I'm tired of seeing him cross the ball. He had one good pass tonight towards the end where he got the ball on the wing and he somehow got it through to Lanzini through 2 people. It was a terrible decision of a pass, but it got through. I want to go 5, but I think he did enough that he should have gotten some fouls and maybe would have gotten us some free kicks. I'm going to go 6, but 6.0.
Before we move on, right, and I just want to say this, Daya, Scott, Roy,
That's what I
and
was
there's
reading.
and Paul. They're all trolling tonight, so ignore them.
I was going to say,
They are all trolling. Well, I know they're trolling because I know them too well. Yeah, so ignore the chat.
I haven't been on this channel before, but I
but
it was trolling that Bowen's getting a 3 and Antonio's getting a 9.
100%, Chris, 100%, mate. But I know them too well. So, Chris,
Okay.
give me your assessment of Antonio tonight.
I got to agree with you. I think he was poor. I think I'm being a little bit generous with a 5. There's nothing from him right now. I mean, he's providing very little to the squad. I'm hoping he can turn that around, but I mean, everything's dried up for me, or with him for me. It's obvious we needed a striker in January. I don't think that anyone is going to ever disagree with that. But I think it's already starting to. It's been showing, and it's going to continue to show. I mean, Antonio has just been bang average. He started the season hot, and his performances for me have kind of fallen off a cliff.
I agree, mate. I agree. The problem is with Antonio, he has one good game, 2 bad ones, and that is the problem that we always have, especially when I have Affers on or Mitchell, one who's in the chat there. Mitchell just said a 4. When I first started having Mitchell on, I understood what Mitchell was saying, because when you watch him and you sort of just keep your eye on Antonio for the whole game, he does work hard, but he does fall over a hell of a lot, and he loses the ball, and he'll nick a goal, and he'll be everyone's hero. It's not his fault. He's the only striker at the club. It's down to the management and the owners to get players in. But I understand the frustration. I really do.
Yeah, I think a 5 was good if his position, because normally his positioning sometimes really stinks. It's not good. But because he put himself in a good amount of positions today for me that he could have scored if either the pass was better or someone did play the pass, I think a 5 is more than fair.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I really do. Moving on to the sub. And we only done one sub today. And that was Manuel Lanzini. Lucas, what do you reckon?
7. Come on and change the game immediately. Me particularly, I don't think he. How do I explain this? You know how sometimes even just when you bring a player on, he really doesn't do much, but he just changes the tide, changes the momentum of the match. And I think that's what he did. And you can just tell when he's in the game, the team, they just flow better. The passing's a little more intricate and accurate. Easy 7 for me. Game changer. Probably, in my opinion, like I said, because he got subbed on, the momentum just kind of changed. The team seemed to lift up when he came in. But I don't think he set the world on fire, but he made the difference. So high 7.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I thought Manny was excellent. Moment he entered the pitch.
It's kind of like when we're down, when we need to get stuck in, we need to park the bus. We bring on Mark Noble because he gets the boys sorted. It's a little momentum boost, a little like, come on, let's dig in. It was kind of like that, but obviously he's not Mark Noble. So.
Yeah, listen, I thought he was brilliant. I thought that's the jewel that we've all known. The only difference is with him, I don't think he can start games. I think he starts well and he runs out of gas. I think that he's better at the end of the game when this player's tired.
He came on at the correct time. He didn't come on at 70, 75, 80. He came on, and I tell you this all the time. I don't think a sub is legitimate unless they get 25, 30 minutes of action. And he came on, I think, at the 65th minute or 64th.
No, 60th minute. Bang on.
60th.
Yeah.
And that is where I think he shines the brightest, our little diamond.
Yeah, I must admit, I thought he was excellent. As I say, it's a solid 7 for me. He done a reverse pass, which took two Watford players out of the game.
And there's nothing wrong with being a 30-minute, 25-minute player. There's so many players in the world that are they sit on the bench for that specific role. There's nothing wrong with that.
If he can do that job for this season, and we end up doing something this season, then he's a good sub to bring on. Do you know what I mean? We all know that Dale loves Vlasic, but we'll move past that one for a second.
That's how I know the troll.
Chris, Lanzini, mate.
I'm going to give him an 8 because for me, it is one of those situations where he changed the entire game. I mean, that is the turning point of the match. I mean, it was pretty stale, and then credit to Moyes. Moyes finally makes a good substitution at the correct time, and Lanzini comes in and changes the course of the match. So, do I think that he was the greatest player? I'm not going to give him a man of the match, but I thought he had a very good performance. I think more importantly, with that performance, with concern to his Achilles, it shows that he's fine.
Oh, I've got to mention this too, and Chris will understand because he's an American sports fan. Anytime I hear the word Achilles, I get super nervous because an Achilles injury is like either one of two ways. It's either torn and it's a really bad injury, like 80% of the time, or the injury is like over exaggerated. And I think it was over exaggerated a little bit.
Thank God, yeah. I'm this Lucas. I'm the same way with ACL tears,
yes,
ACL injuries here. So, being a American football fan,
I've got to admit, one thing I will say about him though is he's not lost his ability on the ball, like passing wise, awareness. He's just top drawer. But we will move on now to this man, which is the ref, who was absolutely shambolically shit. The ref was bad. The linesman was bad. I don't know where to start on this one. This is where the rant comes in for me. I've never seen such a worse refereeing and linesman performance.
It was Martin Atkinson, right?
Martin Atkinson and his sidemen. Absolute shocking, mate. Absolute shocking. I could not believe what I was seeing. Hack down Coufal. Coufal goes into like an outrage, books him.
Mad Vlad.
Yeah, like I think something I went through Bowen in the first half, didn't get so much as a booking. Who else was there? There's another one, and Dawson gets a kick in the face. It was it was just unreal from them. But the one that done me was the Antonio one. And I know I've just knocked Antonio to a little point, but I will back him up on this one. He was getting majorly fouled, and the linesman is standing literally 9 yards away from him. And he's just looked at him and he's seen him get fouled and he gives a foul the other way. Brother. Unreal. For me, this is a simple rating. I'll give him a 2 for putting his shirt on, whistle, boots, and turning up at the ground. It's a 2 for me.
Give him the right
shot. Lucas, take it away.
I think the only thing he might have done right today was give Coufal a card. Because I mean, when you do that, that is a yellow card. But in the world of sports, so I would consider that a fair trade. Mad Vlad got his value for that yellow card. he got every penny's worth of that. But Martin Atkinson was pretty atrocious. The linos were god awful. I'll give him a 3 because his car didn't break down. He was able to start his car to get to the ground. I'll give him a 3.
Chris.
I got to go 2. I mean, it's poor. I think the worst one was when Coufal got fouled directly, like 6 inches in front of the linesman. And
that one was terrible. I totally forgot about that one. He was bombing down the wing and he got dragged down.
Yeah. Well, that's the one where he stood up and got in the ref's or in the linesman's face.
Yeah. And he got booked for it.
Yeah.
And it was. You know what I mean?
Like I said, fair exchange. Value for your money right there on that yellow card.
It's a generous 2. I lean more towards a 1.
Oh, I love it, Chris. I love it, son. Moving on to the final man of the moment. It's David Moyes. This is going to be an interesting one. Tonight, did he pick the right team? Well, we've won the game. Should Zuma have played? In my opinion, definitely not. With what's happened over the last sort of 18 hours, 20 hours, even 24 hours now, doing this video, he shouldn't have played tonight, Zuma. I don't think it was the right thing to do. But he's done it. He sort of said, right, I picked the team. The ball deal with Zuma in their own way. And he put football before life really tonight, which is not really right, in my opinion. Not after something that's come out so bad over the last sort of 24 hours. But nevertheless, Zuma played tonight. He picked his strongest team that he had. made the sub at the right time, even though the substitute could be like that. I was thinking, well, why Benny? But it doesn't matter. He took Benny off for the reasons that he did. And we got the win. And that's what it's all about. So for me, I'll give Moyes a 7. It's just not an 8 for me. Like, he's done everything right tonight. We got the win. We weren't vintage, but I do think the Zuma thing played a part. We've done well to win the game tonight, but if we would have lost the game, there would have been an almighty war cry coming out saying, why is Zuma playing? Like, when you know he's not Ed. If he would have made a mistake, Zuma, he would have got criticised for that, and it would have been more pressure on him. But I'll give Moyes a 7. Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. Everyone's been talking about it. Again, it's at the end of the day, it's you know, you said it's hard. It's hard to really put it into words what's going on, how to combat that with Moyes and everything. But from a football standpoint, I'll give him a 7. He picked the strongest squad. The game plan, I mean, it's the same game plan every week. We're getting figured out. We're already figured out. I would say 6, but because of the Lanzini substitution, that pushes it to a 7 for me, because he made the right sub, and that was the reason why we won. And realistically, that should have been 0-0. But I'll give him a 7.
I agree with you there. I think it was destined for a 0-0 until JB turns up. Chris, final rating of the evening. What's your rating for Moyes?
I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go 8 on it. For me, the whole Zuma, the way what I was telling you guys off camera, we don't know the conversations that went on behind the camera or at the club off scene kind of thing. We don't know what he said. He might have apologized to the entire team. He might have shown some credible things that he's done since then. Even because, like I was saying too, there's reports that this video is relatively old. So who knows how long it's passed? Who knows what he's done in between then? But I also kind of think I do agree that it was kind of a football over life kind of situation. I think Moyes in the end kind of went with what they had been preparing with for the past several days. It would have been tough in the 11th hour to throw Diop in and expect the same kind of results. So beyond that, I think he got the lineup exactly right. I mean, you can't predict Benrahma not being able to get into the game like he did, or some of the situations. But I think the sub came at the right time. I think it was the right player. So I got to give him credit for that. So for that, 8.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. It was a big call from Moyes tonight, though. I will say that. I think he's got it right tonight. But there is one good positive out of it. He's played the game now. So hopefully this is going to get sorted out. The club's going to come out and say he's going to do this, do that. He's going to rehabilitate and all this. And we can slowly move on. I'm not saying it's right. Don't get me wrong. And personally, I think he shouldn't have played tonight. I really do. I'm adamant on that. Like, I think after something that comes out so soon, he shouldn't have played. But obviously, Moyes tonight decided that football is more important than other things. So that was Moyes' decision to play him. So anyway, that is the end of the ratings, and that is the end of this show. I want to thank you, Chris, for coming on tonight, mate. I really do appreciate your time coming onto this channel, and you're always welcome to come on again, mate. So thank you very much. And my brother, all the way from Maryland, DC, Lucas, thanks for coming on tonight, man.
As always, thank you.
And the final thought is this from me, that, listen, we got the win tonight. It wasn't vintage. We got the job done in the end. Leicester's going to be a different task, though, on Sunday. We're going to have to make sure we do turn up against them, because if we don't, even though how bad they're playing, they've still got some good players in their team. Madison, Daka, to name a few. So we're going to have to be on the ball with them, especially up there in Leicestershire on Sunday. As I say, Jared Bowen's getting better and better, and he's starting to take his chances now. He's making chances himself. and we've got a top quality player in our hands. Let's hope this continues, but we will find out soon. I want to thank everyone in the chat tonight. I see everyone doing their comments. They're trolling. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to get past fever like that, but yeah, we move. And if you like this content that I've been doing recently and this channel, please do like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And Lucas, what should they do?
Please hit that notification bell. Please.
That is why Lucas is here all the time, mate. That's why I pay him the big dollars. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Honest day's wage.
I know, mate. I know. But we move on. Leicester next. So enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend coming up. Leicester on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Take care. And bye for now.